Being 2 years older, John Lennon naturally took the lead position in the group that would later be known as the Beatles, when he and Paul McCartney met as teens. Paul, however, assumed leadership and filled in for manager Brian Epstein after his death in 1967. Paul appeared to have a more commanding presence than John throughout the 1969 Let It Be sessions, and his magnetic leadership style was on full display in the Disney Plus documentary, The Beatles, Get Back. Paul becomes irate with John in the first episode of Peter Jackson's documentary because John isn't releasing enough new music, and he and George Harrison argue over how to play guitar. After pushing himself to his limit, George briefly departed the Beatles on January 10, 1969. On Monday, January 13th, Ringo Starr and Paul are the only ones to show up at Twickenham Studios to discuss what comes next in the second episode. Due to George's absence, the band's planned rehearsal for a TV special that was supposed to take place later that month never materialized. John did not show in until noon, and he and Paul went into the cafeteria to have a private conversation about how to approach George about the problem. Little did they know, the crew of filmmakers, headed by Michael Lindsay Hogg, had covertly placed a microphone in a planter to record their every word. While discussing George's guitar skills, Paul made a statement that revealed a lot. He still held John in high esteem, even if he was the one who spearheaded the Get Back initiative. The other 3 band members were unable to criticize Paul's arrangements because he would ignore their feedback, as John revealed. After that, he admitted that he felt guilty about the Beatles' relationships since he thought they might have been more mutually supportive. He emphasized that his aims remained unchanged, keeping oneself alive. "I have a good idea of my own preferences. I've given you and George the freedom to do as you choose. The policy has kept us together, so I can go along with it if we want him,"